Road to Success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank, you are listening, caring partner.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Consumers want the best of the best, not the best of a bad situation. Beatrice Kagondu, the CEO of Sweet Inspiration, has dedicated her time to offer her clients a product of quality and class. Next on Road to Success. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Our guest is Beatrice Kagondu of Sweet Inspiration. Karibu sana, Beatrice. You have a very interesting name, Sweet Inspiration. Yes. What does your business do?
Sweet Inspirations makes cakes, hence the name, sweet. So it's something edible, but something that's also visually inspiring. Yes, so our product is beautiful to look at and tastes fantastic.
How did you start this?
We started the business in 2006 after the birth of my second-born, who came very closely after my first-born, and hence I was not so comfortable about going back to work. During that transition time of maternity leave, I had a bit of a struggle, wondering, do I really want to go back to work with a very small baby? And I just woke up one day and decided, I can't do this, and I have this talent that I'm sitting on. Why not put it to use? So I took the plunge and here we are today.
Why cakes? Is that something that you've always wanted to do?
I've always baked. Since I was small, I've always cooked. I've always loved cooking. I love the kitchen. I love working in the kitchen, and I've always expected. My mom gave me the leeway. She bought an oven when I was very small, and she gave me permission to tinker around in her kitchen. And so I'd come up with all manner of things, but being very creative, I wanted an avenue that would allow me to bring out that creativity.
Did you have training?
When I finished Form 4, my mom asked me what I wanted to do. I wasn't so sure. I knew it was something to do with food, but I couldn't quite define. When I look back, too many ladies who were chefs at that time, in the 90s. I remember struggling with that a bit and wondering, do I really want to do this as a career, even though it doesn't pay very well? And so I came across a friend of my mom. He told her about a program that Norfolk was offering, the Norfolk Hotel, where they take you for a couple of months and about 12 to 13 months and just take you under their wing, and you got to do all the corners in the kitchen. We call them corners. And I jumped at it. I've never worked that hard in my whole life. And here I was straight from Form 4. But what kept me going, because a few people just fell, they decided, actually even day 2, they didn't come back. But what kept me going is the passion that I had. And so I got to learn all the corners in the kitchen.
What kind of services do you offer at Sweet Inspiration?
We do cakes for all manner of occasions, weddings, birthdays, corporate, launches, name it. And then the second one is that we offer apprentice-based training for people who want to learn and to start a cake business, beginning from home. And so we will mentor you. And a lot of the people who come to us are actually leaving work and want to go into, to start a business that's a cake business. And so we will mentor you on how to leave work, to slowly make that transition. And we actually work with you in the process of doing that. And then the third arm of our business is that as I was training with her, she would want to teach us a skill and then discover we don't have the tool locally available.
Yeah.
So it was very frustrating, because here you are coming from Europe and you want to bring up the standard, but we are lacking the tools and equipment. And so one of the things that I decided to do after she left is to start bringing in these items. And so I've been importing molds and veiners, and one of the things that we are bringing in are the printers that do the edible pictures on cake. So we are bringing in the inks, the edible inks, which are food color. We are bringing in the icing sheets, the edible paper, and the printers themselves.
How long are your training sessions?
I have trainings from one-day demonstrations for people who just want to learn one item to up to 3 months for somebody who wants to learn the whole course. I have students who are here for a very short time. Like currently I have a lady from Dar es Salaam who is here for only 2 weeks, and she's trying to fit in a course of about 6 weeks into 2 weeks. So she's having to stay on the whole day, but she's so determined. She's very determined to bring herself up to a level. She's had to take leave from work. And so I tailor-make. For every student, I will tailor-make for them something appropriate.
Do you have other people who assist you in the training?
In every sector, I have brought up people to my level and who will help me and step in when I'm away.
How do you balance the 4 streams? Because, I mean, they're heavy, the 3 streams.
They're very time consuming, but one of the things that I had to learn as a person was to learn how to delegate. I'm very keen on detail and how a product turns out, because I tell people that what you offer, any other person can offer. You have to learn what it is that will set you apart. And for me, it is a fine product, a fine finished product. I had to learn to let go, bring people up to my standard, who are the people who work for me, and just step back. I had to step back. Another thing that I had to do was totally separate my work from my family, because they come first. They come before Sweet Inspirations.
Beatrice, you really do have an inspiring story. And like you said, your company called Sweet Inspiration, I'm sure you're inspiring very many people. But we want to talk about what inspires you when it comes to the designs of your cake. But we'll do that after the break.
Okay.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business.
The new Equity Auto Branch MasterCard with Papers lets you enjoy a faster, cashless, more secure card experience. You can tap and swipe your shopping, pay your bills, and fuel at no charge. You can also withdraw and deposit cash at equity agents and ATMs countrywide and access your bank account from any MasterCard outlets worldwide when you travel. Visit your Equity Bank branch today and get yours instantly.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Our guest is Beatrice Kagondu of Sweet Inspiration. Beatrice, what inspires your designs?
Our designs are inspired by our clients. So if you come to me as a mom and you want a birthday cake for your 5-year-old son, I will ask you, who is he? Describe him to me. What does he like? What does he enjoy doing? What can we capture that he loves on his cake? And so I'll design a cake based on that. If you want a cake for your husband, I will also ask, who is he? What does he enjoy? What would totally knock his socks off if he saw it on cake? And so that's what I work with. For wedding cakes, I will listen to the couple. I will listen if they have a theme, if they have a color scheme, if they have something that's memorable to them. Like nowadays, something brides are doing very often is something in her gown that we can capture and capture in the design of the cake. If it's a lace, if it's a bow, if it's a color she loves, if it's, let's say the wedding is in the Mara, so I will want to do something around that theme. Besides
Wedding, birthdays, what other occasions do you do your cakes for?
We do launches, so you tell me the product you're launching, and we will probably do our best to capture the product on the cake design. If you don't want anything flamboyant or 3D, then we will use the edible icing sheets, the ones I was telling you. So we will capture your logo, the message you want to put, and any other picture. So we will do the artwork, send it to you, you approve, and then we will put it on top of your cake.
Working with people has its own unique challenges because they can actually say, I want this kind of design, but then by the time you finish with this, it's not the expectations. How do you deal with that?
We try as much as possible for you to pre-approve the image or the sketch. We sit and sketch with the bride. And for the bride especially, I insist on you seeing your cake before the wedding day, so that you're not seeing your wedding cake on the day as you walk in from your photo session. Yeah, so I insist on a day or two before your wedding. I insist it's actually in our contract. You have to come and approve of the final design.
How many of these would you create in a day, for example?
We have a cutoff point of 8 weddings in a day. So I know my limit, and I will not take beyond a certain number. And what has happened is that we work a lot with what we would call competitors. So if I can't handle a certain amount of work, I will pass it on to a friend of mine, because most probably it's a student that I trained. It is somebody who is a client of mine in the supplies. So I know the standard. I know the people whose standards are close to mine, or are at, our standards are at par. And so I don't have a problem passing on work to other people.
Because how do you market your beautiful products?
Okay, one of the things that I did after I left Norfolk was to get formal training. So I went to school. I went to the Kenya Institute of Management. I did a management course, and so one of the things I learned was marketing. But in the course of my work, I decided I needed more help in that area. Based on my personality, I'm not really a people person, but I've had to learn, it's a skill I've had to learn on how to talk to people, how to express myself, how to talk about my product and make noise about it. And one of the things that I've had to do was enter networking forums. I'm currently in OWIT, Organization for Women in Trade, and we meet once a month, first Tuesday of every month at the Nairobi Club. And so there I get to network with other women in business, learn the challenges in the business, and learn what's happening in the, not just my industry, but in the business world in Kenya, both locally and outside, because it's international trade.
It's been 7 years since you started this business. Yes. What lessons have you learned?
The lessons I've learned are never lose your passion. Because when things are tough, that's what will keep you going. And if you don't have that, then you will not last very long, not just in the cake industry, but in any industry. Don't just look at a friend who has a business that's doing very well and decide to do it because it's bringing in income. You have to have a passion for that specific area that you want to go into. Because starting a business is like a newborn baby. You have to nurture that child. You have to do almost everything for that child before they come up to a place where they're independent. And so if you don't have the passion and the love for what you're doing, then you won't go very far. So you'll be one of those people who say, I started a business, but it didn't work. How come it's working for you, but it's not working for me? So passion is key.
And what advice would you give young people who want to start your kind of business, or just want to start a business?
Get ready to get your hands dirty. I get my hands dirty. I fold up my sleeves. I get in there. I tell guys that when I began, I was everything from the MD to the janitor to the gate man. You know, I was the one sweeping, cleaning, washing dishes, everything, yes, and delivering the cakes, you know, the driver as well. And so with time, I have grown, the business has grown to a place where I can, you know, step back and just enjoy the fruit of what I planted. And so don't be discouraged. That's the other thing. It may be hard work, but don't be discouraged. It's doable. It's possible. I'm an example. And don't confess negative. It's possible.
Besides the training, besides the successes that you have seen, the people you have trained, what other great achievements have you accomplished in the last 6 years?
One of our greatest achievements is we got to do the cake for the Independence Day in South Sudan. Wow. Yes, so that was a 200-kilo cake. It took us a whole week to bake and decorate, and so that is a success story.
Thank you so much, really, for sharing your dream and your inspirations. And you know, you have an amazing story.
Asante sana, thank you.
Road to Success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank, you are listening, caring partner.